Yeah, hi there, Sarah, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer of all of the lessons at the online TOEFL course, the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. I'm looking at your email right now. Okay, so you got your TOEFL score. 25 reading, 28 listening, 23 speaking, and 27 writing. You got 103. So good. Congratulations. However, there's always a however, isn't there? You say, I'm frustrated because I did a lot of practice for speaking. It's the nervousness I really want to work on. So then your question was, how do I reduce my nervousness during the TOEFL speaking section of the exam? So your question specifically is, can you please give me any tips on dealing with stress during the speaking section of the exam? Yes, the answer is yes. There's 5 things I think you can do. 5 things which will really have an impact on your performance during the speaking section of the exam, right? So let's talk about them. Number 1, be confident. Remember, PACE. P-A-C-E. Positive attitude changes everything. Be confident. Your TOEFL score right now is 103. Obviously, you have very strong subtotals in every section. There's no reason why you cannot have a good, strong subtotal in the speaking. Believe in yourself. Be confident. Remember, positive attitude changes everything. Number 2, keep your mind open to improvement. It's kind of like having a mindset open to learning. So according to the email that you sent me, you got 23 points out of 30 on the speaking section. So what does that tell you? That means that you have some delivery problems. You're having some problems with probably pausing, hesitations, maybe intonation, maybe stress. You have to be open that you need to make some improvements in those areas. Right? So that's number 2. Keep your mind open to improvements. Number 3, focus on the steps that lead to the score, not the score itself. Sometimes when we're studying and preparing for the TOEFL, we're so worried about getting 26, we don't focus on what we need to do to get that 26. Right? So for you, you probably need to do some accent reduction practice. You probably need to do a little bit of practice with your grammar and your vocabulary. And you probably need to do some practice with your topic development there. Remember, complete these steps. Focus on these steps. If you improve in these different areas, your overall score is going to improve automatically. But make sure you address the issues, address the steps, the things that are preventing you from getting the 26. Don't worry as much about getting 26 as improving in the areas you need to improve in. Number 4, during the speaking section of the TOEFL, you need to get into kind of a power body position. You see what I'm doing here? You kind of keep the back straight. You want to make sure you're in a good power body position that gives you some confidence, so when the speaking section starts, you're going to be ready for it. So maybe between the reading and the listening during that 10-minute break, get your mind ready, kind of visualize getting ready to do the TOEFL, and then make sure during the TOEFL exam you're having that power body position. That's going to be very important. And remember, once the test begins, you need to remember the first 5 to 10 seconds of each speech, of each response, it'll determine how well you do in the rest of that response. You need to start strong on both independent speaking tasks. You want strong topic statements that kind of frame the response. Then you develop the points mentioned in the topic statement to give the body of your response a clear organization. You got to start strong in the independent and the integrated speaking practice test. Now, number 5, this is important. You need to practice completing speaking practice tests in noisy environments. You need to be able to take a practice test, record yourself, maybe in Starbucks, maybe in a cafeteria somewhere, in a park where there's a lot of people. You need to train yourself doing speaking practice with a lot of distractions, with a lot of noise, because that's exactly what's going to happen when you're doing the speaking at the testing center. You have a lot of noise, a lot of distraction. So at least if you can do these 5 things, it really does help you improve your overall confidence. It helps you reduce your nerves. Remember, the more you prepare, the less nervous you should be. But if you can practice these 5 things, you'll definitely be a lot less nervous during the TOEFL exam, right? So let's recap what I just said. Number 1, be confident. Number 2, keep your mind open to improvement. Number 3, focus on the steps and the skills that you need to complete, not the overall score. The 4th suggestion is make sure you have good body position. You have a good type of gesture and body language and whatever you're doing that. And maybe one other tip too, when you're speaking sometimes, try to smile, right? If you smile, you're probably more likely to vary your tone more, and that's important during the speaking section of the exam. Now, number 5, practice completing speaking tests, speaking practice tests in noisy locations with a lot of distraction. All right, so thank you for your questions. Remember, you have 103 out of 120. You did excellent on all sections. You simply need to get 3 more points on the speaking. You can do this. There's no reason why you cannot get 26. All right?